Hello, True Blue Oklahoman here. There's some discussion going on in the United States Supreme Court today about a lawsuit that started here in Oklahoma, having to do with the rights of taxpayers not to have to pay for charter schools. Now, in this case, this happens to be something that was, of course, started by our MAGA crazy Puritan um, education guy, Ryan Walters, who is wanting to divert Oklahoma taxpayer money to pay for private schools for people that really don't need the money. But anyway, in this case, it happens to be something called St. Isidore Catholic School. So, this whole hoopla is about using state taxpayer, Oklahoma taxpayer money, so to pay for kids to go to a Catholic school, which is interesting in a couple of ways because only 8% of the population of Oklahoma is Catholic, and I'm sure our Secretary of Education is, or whatever they call him. I know our governor is. He's Catholic, and he happens to be behind all this completely. But our Attorney General, thank goodness, is standing up to both of them in this case and says it's not only against the state constitution, but should something like this pass, it would force taxpayers to fund all manner of religious indoctrination. Now think about that. There's a whole lot of people I found in Oklahoma that don't even really know what a charter school is. Very simply, a charter school is a taxpayer-funded, independently run school. They can have, they're supposed to be free because you Oklahomans are paying for it. But they can set their own curriculum, as in this case, a Catholic school has their own way of doing things, and we all know that. Now, there's a whole lot of stuff going on about the First Amendment here that really needs to be considered. First of all, already 47 states, including Oklahoma, and the federal law forbid religious affiliation with charter schools. So it's already in our Constitution to be against the law. For some reason, this guy wants to force this thing through. The Establishment Clause in the First Amendment of the Constitution prevents the government from establishing or sponsoring a religion. So, using taxpayer money to send kids to a Catholic school is sponsoring a religion. Now, we have a MAGA crazy representative named Josh Burkeen who says the understanding of the First Amendment has changed over time from what our founding fathers intended. That's not true, Josh Burkeen. You may have changed what you think the meaning is. MAGA may have their own idea of what the First Amendment says. But the Establishment Clause very clearly says this to prevent government from establishing or sponsoring a religion. So, it'll be interesting to see what the Supreme Court does because up until now they've pretty much stayed with that wall between religion and state. And let's hope they do it again. If not, it's going to open the door for, anybody that wants to start their own little school pays for the accreditation. And I'm pretty sure in Oklahoma, knowing the people here, they wouldn't want to pay for a Muslim school, would you? You wouldn't want to pay for any kind of school. You might want to pay for a Baptist one, but you know, that's what church is for. If you want your kid to have religion, go to church. Take them to Sunday school, go to church. Leave public schools alone. It's that simple. Churches are to teach you religion. School is to teach you reading, writing, now computers, all that stuff. Two different things. They need to be separate. Hope the Supreme Court does the right thing. If not, it's going to be a real interesting thing for taxpayers. That's all I can say. Anyway, I love you all. Take care of yourselves. Good luck.